Hi guys, this video is about how to replace door sweep. So you see I have this ordered on Amazon. It's quite yeah, inexpensive. It's about 10 bucks. The old one was pretty stiff, so yeah, and it's not easy to open, so I had to bring knife. Here we see, yeah, also this um, tiny screws. You have to be very careful. Yeah, especially when you operate like me over some stones. First time when I did that, I ended up, yeah, I had to look them up into the stones. So you have to be really careful that so they don't drop into dirt or stones. So I did it, as you see, into this box, and you, as I already told you, you need a knife to cut out the thing, the door sweep. So here's the old door sweep, as you see that. Yeah, the camera is not always at the right position. I hope you can see anything. Um, yeah, it's quite easy to drill the old screws out. I mean, that is a standard sweep, door sweep, and it's plastic. Uh, this dark black old thing. It's about only about 2 years old, but when it gets cold and a lot of sun and heat and everything, so it gets stiff. Here, that's the shadow side. It gets zero zone, and even so, it was quite stiff and not flexible, not very flexible anymore, and animals could yeah, go underneath. So, and on the other side, where I had much more sun, it was much more stiff. So I decided to replace them with this brush thing, which I had also at another place, and so yeah, and I liked it very much. So you have to be careful as you see what to do. Here I stop. Yeah, as you can see, the door is a little bit inside of the frame, so you can't overlap. On the other side, I had it a little bit different. It was totally flat, the door with the frame, it was totally flat, so I was able to overlap a little bit without having problems. So here I can't do that. You have to look how it is on your door. So now here I decided to not overlap. So it's a little bit longer usually than the standard door, because they don't know what you need, and yeah, because you see the brushes don't go really to the edge even when you push it in like this symmetrically on both sides, they don't go to the edge fully. So yeah, that's a little bit yeah, problem, not real problem, but you have to be you have to know what you do. So but you can't cut too much of the brush off. You can't cut. You can cut the rail, the white rail, without hurting the brush. So I did it later on. You see now and here. So yeah. Uh, okay. What I try to do, I show you the full thing, even all the errors which I have done. I thought I can mark the holes with a waterproof pen, but that didn't work. So I'll go a little bit fast forward with that thing. Yeah, it's always a little bit difficult when you do a video. So I tried to mark that, and that didn't work. So what to do? I hope I Yeah, that's on the next video. Hold on a second. Okay, here it comes. I decided to just hold it and drill into the door. So that's actually also how I did it with the first first door. So yeah, I was looking for a matching size of drill, and I decided to take a quite small one. It was about half the diameter of the screw, and it worked really well. So because the door is actually, it's not steel, it's just like it's aluminum, and it's quite soft, so you can easily drill into that with your yeah, with your drill. So I, you can put it down to the bottom where you need it, hold it with one hand, and drill into here. So only one hole, that's enough for the first moment, and then you can. I'm showing you. So okay, this is what I did here as well. I just made one hole and took one screw and just fixed it here. So there's no need after that to have to need a pen to mark the holes. I hope it works here. Yeah, usually when you have no camera it's a little bit easier, of course. I had some troubles here, so maybe I can a little bit go forward. So you see, okay, now the one screw is in, and now I took the drill again and drilled into that. And the thing is, you have to be careful to drill at the bottom or in the middle of the hole. Yeah, maybe better at the bottom, because after that you will adjust it to a little bit lower, because there are some uneven spots usually at the concrete, and so the rail has to be put a little bit lower at the end. So don't drill on the top of the hole, drill at the bottom of the hole. Okay, now we have the holes, and we can yeah, that's a very important thing, but you can do that after you have placed the four screws. You just leave it a little bit not so tight. So you see what I did. I With one hand I press it down, and with one hand I use the pen to slide through the through the brush. So with this you can put it more down, because otherwise it wouldn't be possible to put it down. It's quite resistant. So yeah, when you have a perfect flat surface on your concrete, you don't need that. But if you have a little bit uneven place, like with my pool, then you have to do something like that. Okay, so it's down everywhere, so there are no gaps left, and now I had to screw and secure it. So okay, the only thing here I forgot, of course, with the video, I forgot to cut on the right side, because maybe you remember when you have seen the start of the video, it was overlapping on the right side. So yeah, here you see on the right side. So like this, it was not possible to open the door. I had to yeah unscrew it, of course. It was a little bit silly. Um, I had to unscrew everything and cut here, but I moved the brush to the left side with a screwdriver. So I didn't cut the brush because the brush is not fully to the back. It has a little bit a gap, so I can show this to you later. So I was able to leave the brush at the full width, but I only shorted the rail, the white rail. So yeah, there's not so much more here, I guess. Um, yeah, that's the problem. So I stop it here. Of course, it was not possible to open. Um, let's see. Let's move to the next video. Yeah, probably everything is done now. Yeah, and it's shortened. You see? So, oops, that was a little bit too. Ah, here. Yeah. Okay, you see it on the right side. I've shortened that a little bit, but the brush is still at full length, and also on the left side it's overlapping, but it does not affect the closing of the door. So now I can easily open, close, and the locks. I mean, yeah, as you see, everything is good, everything in place. That yeah, it took me about half an hour, but of course it was with the video. So I have also a few pictures here that you see it a little bit better than on the video, because the video is yeah, I have to yeah, say that of course the video is not so good. I have to maybe buy a new camera. But here you see this that's the part where the brush actually is, and that this is overlapping, but it's not fully back at the door. It has some gap here. You see the metal part behind, so that makes a little bit of difference, a little bit of gap, so you can leave. So at least I was able to leave this here a little bit outside. So, and that helps to close every gap here. Okay. Um, so let me move to the next picture. Yeah, you see from the front it's overlapping, but so only like this I was able to close the gap that nothing will be able to enter. Then maybe one or two mosquitoes, but no big animal, or no lizard, no nothing. So okay, and you see, but the only thing is in the middle where the concrete is higher. Now the brushes are a little bit bent, of course, but that doesn't bother me. I mean, nobody will be able to see that. It's just, I mean, it's a close-up. Nobody will realize, but it's only like this. It's fully to the floor. I mean, you could cut it with scissors, but I think it's not needed. So from the top, you see, yeah, how it's a little bit bent. Also on the right side, here it's a little bit longer, but that allows me to close the gap. So yeah, as you see, that's the right side. It's a little bit longer. It's the original end of the brush. So and I think, yeah, it will be difficult to cut that, because when you cut, maybe the brushes could fall out. So I never did that, and hopefully you will never have to do. Otherwise, you probably will have to tighten it with some equipment. So yeah, and you see it's from the bottom. You see there's almost no gap. I could even lower it a little bit. You see there's still some space here at the screws, here as well a little bit, not so much. I, yeah, next time when I do it, I drill really down at the bottom of the hole. So I could even lower it a little bit more. And you see on the right side, it's so uneven that still on the right side there's a little gap, but I could lower the whole thing, and yeah, then I had would have no gap at all. Okay, so I hope I was able to help you a little bit with the replacement of the door swipe. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and thanks for watching anyway. See you next time.